Coverage of the 2011 Combine Performance Clinic is brought to you by Canola Watch. Free, unbiased, timely, and research-focused.
We're at the Canola Council of Canada's Combine Clinic in Westlock, Alberta, and I've got with me David Leitch, who's the Regional Service Manager for Claus. David, what are the top 3 general tips you would give growers when setting their combines for canola?
With our machine, the Claus Lexion product here, we use a hybrid system in our machine, which consists of an APS, a cylinder, and a rotor. Our rotors are used for separation, unlike the other manufacturers where the rotors are used for thrashing and separation. In the front part of our cylinder of our machines, we have an APS and an APS grate, and you can change the APS grates in there for different sizes of grain that you're going into. So obviously with canola, you're going to want the smaller APS grates to have the seed fall through and stuff like that. You can put in filler bars in our concaves in the front if you are having thrashing issues on there, or you can remove them. Obviously with the filler bars, when you put them in, you're going to do a little more thrashing with it, and you are going to have more trash on your machine and on your sieves like that. So probably the APS, that is the heart of the machine on the Claus here, is having that set properly with the Claus product.
So this is a smaller cylinder that leads into the larger cylinder?
Correct, yeah. There's a smaller cylinder in front there which leads into the main thrashing cylinder itself.
So I can imagine with dry canola, a lot of the thrashing would occur right there at the APS.
Yeah, actually probably 85% of your thrashing is done right at the APS when it is enters the cylinder, yes.
If you're in a situation where you've got more trash going over the sieves, what do you do to adjust that to make sure you get good separation?
On the rotor machines, the newer ones now come with electric rotor cover plates on them, so you can close off the first 3 grates on your rotors, which then would carry your trash further up off your chute, so you're not overloading your sieve. On the older machines, there is a aftermarket Bolton rotor cover plates that can be purchased from your local Lexion Claus dealer that can be installed in there, and most of the guys, when they are installed in there, they're left in and you don't have to remove them after. So
canola is a small seed, it tends to trickle out here and there. Are there any special areas of the combine where canola growers need to look for leaks?
No, we don't have a whole bunch of problems where they would be leaking. There is some guys that will put some duct tape around just the bottom of the elevators or something like that might leak out the clean grain elevator or something like that. But for the most part of it, we don't have a whole lot of issues of any leakage coming out like that on our machine, no.
Now you mentioned the next question is about aftermarket add-ons or products that Claus would recommend for canola. You mentioned the sieve plates. Are there any others?
No, that's pretty well it on our system here. For aftermarket, obviously you can buy aftermarket plates and fill in more of your main concave and stuff like that on preference of whatever the customer is harvesting at the time, right? So yeah.
Is there anything growers should be doing now in preparation for harvest to make sure their combine's ready?
The same, your annual maintenance, right? Going over and checking your belts and make sure you're tightening your belts up properly. Make sure your chains are at the proper specifications, stuff like that. If you start slipping and stuff like that, obviously your fan isn't gonna perform or at the right speeds and stuff like that. So, and the same goes for your main drive belts. All of them, if they're starting to slip, obviously if they've had some wear in there, they're not gonna do the job what they should be doing too. So
yeah, good time to go through the combine and give it an inspection.
Yeah, you betcha.
Any other final technical comments when it comes to a canola harvest specifically?
No, I really stress hard for the farmers to have the dealer go through the machine really well and make sure that your machine is up to operating maintenance and going like that, because the money you're going to spend in the summertime can cost you lots if it's not gone through properly with downtime and harvest time, right? When you're going into it. So
you mentioned the good relationship with the dealer.
Yeah.
Is that the key to setting it properly for canola, or can a grower get all that information with a close read of the manual?
You can. It is good to have a close, a good relationship with your dealer, because they're the ones that got the information, and they're the ones that deal with us from the factory on a daily basis, right? So the salesmen, the mechanics at the dealerships, I would keep a good relationship with them, because they're your lifeline for your machine. So that's a big point there. So yeah.
Thanks, David.
You betcha.
This is David Leitch, Regional Service Manager for Claus.